in the morning, heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say.
I'm ready to roll, baby.
Now listen here, Dutch. The Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds!
Here we go, 302BIRDS, Gino Stinks. Go Birds!
Oh my gosh, Chad.
Your favorite Chicagoan, go Phils.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
Oh, baby. We are so back. You guys already know NFL season kicks off tomorrow night, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to give it to the Cowboys at home. Welcome to the Season 9 premiere of 302BIRDS podcast. The quest to get another one of these bad boys starts tomorrow night. We got an awesome show for you guys. Got Jackson in the house with his new mic. He got all the technology figured out. We got Zeppelin in the house in the new Eagles bar. We got Mac in the house in the new Eagles room. He got it all decked out tonight for Philly sports, specifically the Eagles, and green roomed out, ready to bring home another ring. And we got a lot of guests for you guys tonight. So without further ado, I don't have much more else to say, except I want to thank all of our sponsors for Season 9 so far, including Balboa Steaks, Nick's Pizza, and Fusco's Water Ice, along with our coffee that's going to be coming out. So if you guys haven't, be sure to check out our coffee that we got dropping, Tommy's Butterscotch Brew by the Burnt Coffee Company. Please give them a follow. They are also a sponsor of the podcast. Let's get into Jack's weekly call-ins for a very special guest to give us a hype speech and an outlook on tomorrow night's game.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is, but their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302BIRDS sent you. God bless. Go Birds.
Thank you to El Diablo Burritos in Delaware for that sponsorship. We got Philly Mike. He's your sandwich fanatic. He's your diehard Philadelphia sports fan. How you doing tonight, Philly Mike?
Awesome. I can't sleep. It's like Christmas Eve.
100%. Big game tomorrow. Big game tomorrow, especially the Cowgirls.
Yep. You got to start the season off going straight forward, and let's go.
For sure. Do you have any what's your outlook for tomorrow night?
I want to see how the offensive line, if Dickerson's not playing, I want to see how we match. Because Dallas is going to bring everything, I got a feeling. They're going to try to stop the run, so then that's when our man number one is going to start throwing the ball.
For sure. I mean, I think it's going to be a huge game for us. It's the Cowboys. We're dropping our banner on them. We thought Micah Parsons was going to re-sign with the Cowboys on banner night, but he's at Green Bay. So, do you have any questions for us tonight?
No, I like watching all you guys. You're just doing a great job. Any questions you just got for me? Just let's go. Let's bring it.
I got a question for you, Philly Mike. So is Cooper DeJean, your boy, you got his shirt on right now. We know he had the pick in the Super Bowl. Is he going to get a pick tomorrow night? What are you thinking?
He's taking one back tomorrow for 6. Yeah,
Love it.
Philly Mike, what's
Let's
your
go,
final
Coop.
score prediction for tomorrow night? And what would you say to Jerry Jones if you could say one message to that clown?
Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing.
You're right.
Do you have any speech for us that you want to give us real quick?
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles, let's go Birds!
Go Birds!
Come on. Let's go.
Let's
Mike.
go.
I got a question for you as well. So you've done a lot of sandwich reviews.
Right.
And I like watching them. You got a lot of good taste. And it's a lot of places. You'll go to the Shore. You'll go to South Philadelphia. Wherever you can get your hands on a sandwich, which I can relate to. Do you have a favorite hoagie? Or better yet, do you have a game day hoagie?
I hate to do this, but Little Nick's in South Philly has the best Italian hoagie anywhere, hands down.
That's a
That's
great
right.
call.
I've heard that before, yeah.
Yeah. Right off of Broad Street, going towards 13th, off of Shunk. Unbelievable sandwich. You got to try it.
We definitely will have to try that. I've heard a lot about Little Nick's. I've heard it's a great place to go. And the not the cheesesteaks. The hoagies are outstanding there.
Now, if you want pizza, you got to go to Celebri's next to Chicky and Pete's.
Oh, okay.
What's your your game day routine? Do you have one? Like, do you ever do like I know for me, I wear a specific pair of underwear. I'm not even lying. Like I have it laid out already.
When they go on their run in the playoffs, whatever I started out wearing that first game, I just continue wearing it. Socks, chain, whatever I got on, it's coming back.
I like that. That's a good way to look at it. Superstitious, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, so I got one more question for you, Mike, on the way out of here. And thank you again for joining us, man. You've been fantastic. You got great answers, great energy. If you could say one thing to the Cowboys roster tomorrow night to get them dissuaded or unexcited to come to our house, Philadelphia, what would you say to that roster as they walk into the link?
What would I say to them? I would get right in their face and I would say E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. You're going down, baby. You're going down.
Dude, I love it. I'm hyped up now, Mike. You got me ready to roll, ready to rock.
Let's go, baby.
Ready to antagonize some Cowboys fans.
I love that hat. That's an awesome hat. The bird is flying, baby. The bird is flying.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right back at you, brother. Well, once again, we appreciate you jumping on here. Any concluding thoughts for us or any thoughts on the 2025 season? It's a big one.
Let's go. Let's go. I got a question for you guys, actually. What do you think our record's going to be this year?
Ooh, it's a good question. I guess I'll go first. I was saying this before. I think we're actually going to be because there's 17 games, so I guess I'm going to go with 14-3. That's what I think we're going to go with 14-3, and that's what I'm going with.
I'm going to second that because the reason is I don't like Mike. I want to sit here and tell you 17-0, brother. Right?
Yeah.
Like
I would
this
love
team
to do
is going to
that,
be
but
better
I'd
than
love to
We
do
Marino.
got to be
right?
realistic.
Yeah, that's why I said 14-3.
But you guys know how it is. You guys just both hit the nail on the head. You know how it is. The NFL, no fun league. We're going to sit our starters in the last weeks, and understandably so for injury. So I'd probably say 14-3 as well.
I think they're going to be 12-5. We got a tough schedule this year. We got the Chiefs week 2. And I mean, we just got to stay healthy. I think that can change to 14-3 if we stay healthy. I'm glad Dickerson's back, but yeah, I would say 12-5. We'll make a run in the playoffs and we'll win. We'll be back-to-back champions this year for sure.
So you got a rocky start going into it, Jack. How about you, Zach?
I'm going to go 11-6. Win the division.
no.
The division takes a step.
Oh,
It's all right. It's all right. The division takes us. We have a hard schedule, guys, and we are the only Super Bowl champs to not have back-to-back home games the following season. By the way, if anybody knew about that,
That is
it's almost like that was done on purpose. I think the schedule is too hard. I think the division takes a step back. I think we win the division 11-6, and still have a good playoff run. I don't think 11-6 with our schedule, and I think how bad the division's still going to be is not a disappointing year, in my opinion.
What about you, Philly Mike? What's your score prediction or your record prediction?
14-3.
Like it. There you go.
Yeah.
Smart man.
14-3.
Like it.
And we're going to lose. One of those 3 games are going to be against a team that we don't expect to lose.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Something like the Rams. I feel like it could be like the Rams or somebody, maybe even the Broncos. That could be a team that we could actually go
Yeah,
down.
Broncos got a nice little team.
Yeah. So they could be somebody that's under the radar. They definitely could be.
Got good coaching.
Yeah, exactly. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Philly Mike, we appreciate you for joining us. Everybody, please go follow Philly Mike at Philly Mike 49 on TikTok, I believe it is. This guy has a ton of energy for Philly sports and Philly food. We love you, brother, and we're going to try to get you on here more often.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Go
man.
Birds!
Go Birds!
Go Birds!
Go Birds!
That dude's a legend. I'm glad we finally got him on here. Shout out to his daughter-in-law, like he was saying, because I'm telling you, it's been at least a year and a half of me trying to get him on here, and that guy has amazing energy. We need more Eagles fans like Philly Mike in the parking lot. We need more fans that aren't afraid to scream, that aren't afraid to let the team know who they are. Maybe it's I know it's a Delco thing for Ballpark Tommy, and I guess it's definitely a South Philly thing. But speaking of Delco, speaking of Ballpark Tommy, I wanted to bring him up. He's not here tonight. But I want to thank Nick's Pizza for renewing their sponsorship for this segment. We're going to go ahead and get into Ballpark Tommy. Time for Phillies talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch. Now, if you guys need amazing Detroit-style pizza, pasta, sandwiches, it's literally KJ McCoy's favorite cheesesteak in Delaware, he told me the other day.
Yes.
He's not lying. Tell him where to go, Mac.
It's Nick's. It is Nick's. That is my favorite cheesesteak place, and love it.
Now, one thing you probably don't love. Yeah. Now, before you get into it, I'm going to let our buddy go ahead first because he has a quick 30-second reaction I want to show, but then I want to get your take after it. Let's go ahead and see what Chaos Chris and then KJ thinks of these Bryce Harper rival cleats.
This rivalry cleat shit with Bryce is really pissing me off. Both games he's worn them, they lost, and he played like shit. I don't know. I just don't think it's a good move for him to have these rivalry cleats at all. I think it's stupid. Nobody else does this. Like, he's the only guy. I don't know if he's trying to sell merch or what, but, go back to wearing the Fanatic cleats. Go back to, the pandering that you usually do. I don't like this anti-Philly bullshit with this rivalry shit. Fuck that. Go Phil.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty confused when I first saw Bryce Harper donning the Mets gear, or whatever you want to say, like the rivalry shoes that he was rocking. It doesn't really make too much sense. And it's like, what do you like? Do you want to play for that team or something like that? Usually when you play for that team, you wear those colors. You don't wear the opposing team. That's like showing you have respect for them, which you can have respect for them, but also here's the thing, though. I mean, having both games wearing those rivalry cleats, wearing the Braves colors, wearing the Mets colors, and you lost both. Well, actually, no, lost both games. That's definitely a problem. And it just shows that, like, your little experiment that you're doing, it just isn't going to work. It is not going to work. So, he's trying to intimidate the enemy. But here's the thing, though. It's not really intimidating them at all. It really isn't. So, I don't like it. I don't think it's a good look for him, and he's got to just eliminate it. And none of the Philly fans support it. None of them do. Like, none of us really support that at all. Like, we don't want you repping Mets colors. Like, come on.
Can I say a counterpoint?
To be honest, I didn't really realize that until you mentioned something about it. I don't really pay attention to what cleats they're wearing. I noticed they wear different cleats every night. But, I mean, I think it's weird, honestly, if I'm being honest with you. That's all I got to say. Go ahead, Josh.
Me? Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you guys heard me. My mute was weird. He's just a really good-looking guy. I think he can wear whatever he wants and get away with it, to be honest. He's like He's like one of those guys who like what he wears starts the fashion trend. So it's okay, and he's still like a really good baseball player. And until tonight, we've been playing really good baseball. So totally fine with it.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Tell me he's not a good-looking guy.
No, he's a good looking guy, obviously, but like, I mean, I just think like the wearing the enemy's colors just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't.
Yeah, it made no sense to me. I mean, it was a questionable decision. It was Spike Eskin actually put it really well on 94 WIP. I've been really referencing Spike a lot. And I guess it's because Spike
that's
gets
not a good start.
But hear me out on this. Spike made a really good point on this. If this was Jalen Hurts, and if he came out against the Cowboys, right? And if he had on silver and blue wristbands, silver and blue cleats made by Jordan, you know what I mean, his sponsor athlete, whatever. But if he had on Cowboys colors, called it the rival pack, right? Intended to sell it, and then went out there and like put up like fucking, let's say 75 yards, you know, had a 60% completion percentage and 3 picks, Philadelphia would be pissed at him. And I'm not saying Bryce Harper went out there and was horrible, but he was pretty bad. Like he didn't do his job that game. So it's like, okay, what is all this for? So it's like, number one, if you do it and you win, it's even going to be questionable because it's like, well, why do you care about your rival so much? Why do they have so much rent in your head? And then the second thing about it is it's just dumb. Makes no sense. It really confused me. It's almost like he was trying to start something with fans. And I'm a huge Bryce Harper fan. I am a huge Bryce Harper guy. But this one was really a questionable decision. I don't know how the hell you're trying to make your opposing team's market or your opposing team's colors marketable. And why would you try to sell that? Like, why would little kids who are Phillies fans, right, ever want to wear Mets colored cleats? Why would you try to market that? It was a very confusing decision to me. Like, look at it if it goes right? Like, let's look at this best case scenario, hypothetically. Cool. Like, it's like, oh, okay, you beat up on your rival in their colors. Okay, like, cool. It would look a lot cooler if you did it in pinstripes or in the Fanatic cleats like you've done in the past. I don't know. It was a questionable decision to me.
We're talking a lot about fashion for 4 guys who don't have good fashion sense. Well, Jack does because Kayla dresses them, but
whoa,
hey, he dresses
How about
himself.
that?
You can ask Vineyard Vines; they know that face.
If anyone, Rainier dresses you, Zap.
Oh, there
good.
it is.
Rainier has great. Rainier's watching right now. Everybody say hi to Rainier.
Hi,
Well,
Rainier.
Josh doesn't mind because
How's it
Josh
going?
is dressed well too. But let's go ahead and get into our next topic, which is the Phillies' newest acquisition. I don't know if anybody's equipped to talk about this guy in Walker Buehler, being me, Jack, and Zeph. I know we're not. So, KJ, I'm going to kick it to you and hoping that maybe you could talk about this Red Sox pitcher that's looking to get restored.
Yeah, so Walker Buehler just got released by the Red Sox, I believe, a couple weeks ago, and it was kind of a shocker because he definitely is. He's been a pretty good established player for a couple of years, but he's had a little bit of a really wonky season, and the Red Sox surprisingly decided to move on from him. I feel like, honestly, I know that he definitely did not have that good of a season for the Red Sox, and they obviously let him go. I think right now with adding him, I mean, the Phillies did this obviously because they don't have Zach Wheeler. So this guy's going to be, I think he's already in Lehigh. I think he's pitching for Lehigh already. So he's going to be doing that. He's going to be on assignment for a little bit. But then they'll move him back, I think, in about a week or something like that. And he'll play for the Phils, and he'll be in the starting rotation. So I think it is a pretty good acquisition. I mean, like, they needed somebody else, especially without Zach Wheeler. So, I mean, is it going to fill that void that is empty with Zach Wheeler? Probably not, but it will honestly make it it'll make it look like it's a little better. Like, it'll make it look like, okay, you know what, though? We kind of got a guy who he kind of fell off the radar a little bit, but maybe he could be rejuvenated here. Maybe he can be a starting pitcher here where he can be here even beyond this season. So I think it was a good move because Zach Wheeler going down. I mean, it's not gonna, as I said before, it's not gonna like fill the void, but I think it does keep us a little bit more confident, especially knowing that we have a guy who has started in MLB games and he was a pretty decent pitcher. So I think it was a good move, and it was the right move, and I think it was the best pitcher we could get, to be honest. So I think it was the right move to do right there.
Yeah, great analysis. I think it's something. It's a gamble, but I think it's a smart gamble for the Phillies to take, and we'll see where they go from there. Now, I know we do have some 302 Birds blood in the house tonight for the Phillies Brewers game. Well, I know that they were in the house the other night, this series, I should say, in Ash's family. Sean was actually there, so I hope that they enjoyed themselves. I hope it was a fun night, but tonight, not a fun night. Live right now, the Phillies are down to the Brewers. Our old buddy, Rhys Hoskins, 5-0. And it's only the third inning. The Brewers had 5 runs in the first inning alone. This is a big series for the Phils, in my opinion. This is a big test. You know, the Brewers are a hot team. They're a team that historically, I think some people say that the Phillies match up against well against the Brewers. I think, in my opinion, they match up well against each other. I really think it's like, in football, we say any given Sunday, right? In baseball, I don't know what you fuckers say, Ballpark Tommy. Any given Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, Dutch. But you get the point of where I'm going at with that. It can happen any day of the week with either of these teams. So I think that this is a very good series for the Phillies to kind of feel out, how are you going to perform in October? How are you going to perform when there's a good team in front of you with expectations in front of you? Because that's where the Phillies have kind of failed in recent years. When those two things are coupled together, Phillies don't like that. They don't like expectations plus good team. They kind of shy away from that.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great win on Monday. Well, what today's Monday. They had a great win. Game 1, I mean, they came back, they were down 5-0, they rallied. I mean, that was an insane game. I mean, it was back and forth. There were some mistakes that were happening with our fielders and Trey Turner, and there was a couple other mistakes as well. So I mean, honestly, it was hard to watch, but I mean, they were fighting through it. And I mean, that last inning, I mean, that 10th inning, that was to the wire, and that was exciting for sure. So great win by them. But yeah, today, I mean, you guys know I'm not the biggest Aaron Nola fan. I've been so I was so mad when they extended him in that contract. Like, we have him now for like 8 more years. Think about that. And I haven't seen anything good from this guy. I've not seen anything, no flashes, no nothing. I mean, and if some people are like going to argue that and be like, no, well, he had a couple great innings last time. Like, no, here's the thing though. The guy gives up runs, and he gives up runs. And it's infuriating. It really is, because the amount of money we are paying this guy, he should not be giving up this many runs. He is losing us games at times. He definitely is. He is losing us games, and it sucks, because you need this guy to step up, especially without Wheeler, who is pretty much your number one pitcher you have. And Wheeler's going to be out for 6 to 8 months now. So this is really not looking good for Aaron Nola. And I mean, like, they really do want to lean on him, but you really can't. You just can't lean on him. You can't.
Yeah, it's tough, because I feel like last year, especially, and 2 years ago, we could rely on Aaron Nola a lot. And then coming out this year, not being able to rely on him, you know, pitching the way he was or has been, is not a good look for us. I mean, right now, we've always struggled with our bullpen. It's getting better now. But, I mean, especially this series, I mean, you thought last year, if we had the Brewers and they were on a hot streak like this, oh, Aaron Nola's on the mound, he's going to be an ace. And he just hasn't done that this year. So we got to get out of this series afloat, and then hopefully we can work in some arms and see what we can do. But, yeah, I'm not too happy with how Nola's been playing. I mean, it's tough that we gave him that long contract, because last year we gave it to him and he pitched very well. So we'll see what happens, but that's all I got to say.
He'll be okay. That's what I have to say.
All right.
I think that when Zach Wheeler goes down, you need somebody to step up, and Nola's still kind of working his way back from injury. But I think call me cautiously optimistic, but I think you're going to see the best of Aaron Nola in the playoffs, and I think that he's going to prove some people wrong, kind of like Ticonderoga Walker has this year in the regular season. I think that he's going to prove people wrong, and if not, luckily this team is really good at hitting dingers, so we just have to outscore the other opponent.
Yeah. I think, like you said, cautiously optimistic. Aaron Nola is going to bounce back. Nice to meet you, cautiously optimistic. I'm Dalton. Nice to meet you, buddy. But anyway, moving on to our next topic. Something I'm a little bit excited for. We're going to take a little bit of a break with our host. So if you guys got to go to the bathroom or something like that, right now's a good time. Or sit back, get some popcorn, get some water ice, some Fusco's water ice, because I know that those Cowboys fans are going to need to cool down with what just happened with their team. I mean, I would be raging right now if I was a Cowboys fan, because Micah Parsons got traded to the Cowboys this week. And I had to get one of my best buddies from college to hop on a mic with me, the best cheesehead I know. Let's kick it to Coach Khan in an interview to see how a real Packers fan is feeling. What's up, 302 Birds Nation? I'm here with a good buddy of mine from St. Joe's University and my guy, Coach Khan, a.k.a. Alex, the biggest Packers fan I know. I had to bring on here for you guys. How you feeling after stealing Dallas's prized possession, bro?
I feel fantastic. I mean, first of all, especially since it's the Cowboys, it's a franchise that we've owned my entire fandom of the Green Bay Packers, from the playoff wins to pawning Mike McCarthy on them, who doesn't know how to coach a football game. It's a big deal, this trade, because there's not many players in this league who could get you over the edge for your team. And their biggest need was a pass rush for sure on defense. They had trouble getting to the quarterback last year. And now you have someone right outside of Rashawn Gary on the other side who could do some explosive damage. So I think this trade serves really as a mandate as well from the fans. And he said, the GM Gutenkreist said he's going to want to compete for championships and you have an urgency. And this was a mandate to go do that. You don't give up 2 first-round picks and a guy who's been with your team for almost 8-9 years and has given you Pro Bowl years for a player that you don't think takes you over the hump. So I'm ecstatic. Love that we took him from the Cowboys. And, I definitely thank Jerry for being a senile old man. It's great.
Love it. Add that salt in that wound. I love it. Well, let me ask you one question, Alex. I've heard a lot of reports. Some people are concerned about Micah's personality. Do you have any concerns about his personality, or do you think this fresh start is just going to kind of invigorate a fresh personality in him, and he's going to kind of just, want to make the best of every situation?
I mean, I think in real life for everybody, fresh starts does a lot better for everybody. It reinvigorates a situation, whether you're at work, whether you're watching sports, you're with the team. I do think it'll reinvigorate him. I mean, especially when it's a big name like that and you're making that type of money, there's always going to be egos involved. So, I do worry about that a little bit, yes, but I do think over time, I think this is a perfect place for him. I think Jeff Hafley, I call him Young Psycho, our defensive coordinator. I think he is just absolutely going to be drawing up ways on how to get Parsons at the quarterback. He's going to have Rashawn Gary going out there. He's going to have Van Ness, who's young, Edgerrin Cooper, who's got all-pro potential. So, I mean, I am a little bit worried about the attitude stuff because, all these guys, when they make that type of money, have that ego. But I do think at the same time, with time, it'll mature and the team will get used to him.
Yeah, great answer. Now, I have a question for you. Did you text any of your friends who are Dallas fans when you saw this trade?
Yeah, so actually there's 2. One's more interesting. I'll get to the less interesting one first. My roommate, who I know Steve Coates, huge Cowboys fan, sent him a picture of the Parsons crawling gif as soon as I found out, and he's just ranting about how awful of a return it was, which was even better. So to hear a Cowboys fan think that the return was complete garbage was fantastic for me to hear, just a little bit more of a mental reassurance. And then I was actually on vacation with my girlfriend at Aruba, and we met this family who was a Cowboys fan. It was a father, mom, and a son. And the son was telling me that, we had an offer out for Micah Parsons, that we made a trade offer that we were interested in. Again, this is someone who's an 8-year-old child, so I'm not trying to, be rude, but at the same time, I don't believe anything till Schefter or Ian put it out there. I think anyone who's a sports fan who follows football or any other sport should not believe a trade until a real analyst puts it out there. it's all smoke, but usually when there's smoke, there's fire some of the time. So I texted them because the kid was telling me the whole trip that we were going to get him and that we had an offer. I'm like, we'll see. I mean, like, I was trying to be nice, but I'm like, to my girlfriend, she's like, is there any truth to this? I'm like, no, because like there's no rumors out there that really says it. Then that Ricky Scopes guy put it on Twitter, and that's when everything really started getting the ball rolling. So when the trade got made, the guy texted me with this son, like, how you feeling right now as a Packers fan, which was a little confusing because you would think a Cowboys fan would be like pissed, but this guy was like actually happy, texting me like, congratulations. And in my head, I was like, are you okay? Like, why are you texting me congratulations on this? You should be throwing a remote through the TV right over there. Like, that's what I would be doing. If something like that happened to my team, I'd be flipping out. It's ridiculous to me that you have a guy there who's, you know, he's on the team, he's the face of the team, whatever. Sure, he's a personality, and maybe it worked in the 90s, but it's 2025. What makes a football team in 2025 doesn't make a winner in 1993. And that takes an owner to take his ego aside and realize his own faults. And Jerry Jones has never been able to do that. And that's to your benefit being an Eagles fan, especially these last 4 years with the way you guys have been competitive going to Super Bowls and getting over the hump. So it's, you know, I think it's a gift for all us other NFL fans that Jerry Jones is that senile and won't ever give up his power. And his son's even worse. If you see him on the interview after they trade Micah Parsons, he sits down in the chair. He's like, it's just like sitting there. It's like, Dad, should we have really done this? Like, you could just tell by his face, like, that he just was like, I don't know about this one, Pops. You know, this may get a little flack from some of the Eagles fans. I do think this puts us up to par for an NFC title game showdown. You guys did beat us twice last year. You guys are the better team, so I will go out and say that. I mean, you got to beat the man if you want to be the man. So I do think this puts us on par, and it'll be an interesting season. So we'll see how this goes.
Dude, I agree 100%. You're not wrong on that. I think the two teams that I fear the most in the NFC is I fear the Rams, because the Rams almost gave us a run for our money. That Puka catch in the snow, it was right there. You know, if Jalen
that was a
Carter
close
didn't have
game.
that
I remember
back.
watching that one. Yeah, I thought for a minute,
The
I was
Rams
like, wait
and
a
you
second.
guys. I'm not afraid of the Chiefs. I'm not afraid of the Commanders. They've came and gone. You know what
Sure.
I mean? It's you guys now. What's your ceiling for the Packers next year?
That's why I said earlier, I was a little interested when you didn't put the Lions up there, because I still am worried about the Lions. Like, yeah, they lost Ben Johnson, they lost Glenn to the Jets, they lost their coordinator. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Dan Campbell orchestrates his team without those guys. But I do think this puts us on par for the division. If we don't win the division, we're a very strong 5 team. So I'm expecting to be in the NFC Championship game and a Super Bowl, multiple NFC Championship games within the next 3 years, I hope. But at least one Super Bowl in those 3 years has to happen, or else this is a failure, because we got younger. This is one of the rare things, is the Packers actually got younger through this trade, and we're already the youngest team in the NFL. Kenny Clark was 29 on a bad deal. As much as I love Kenny, and he's been a great player for us, great for the city, he's getting older. So he had his worst year last year. He only had 1 sack. So when Jerry was like, we only wanted teams with elite defensive tackles, I'm like, you could call it maybe 5 years ago. Kenny Clark was an elite defensive tackle. Now he's a little bit getting to the point of he's washed and he's older.
I think it's going to be a good year for the Packers. Hopefully, if it's not for my birds, but you know I have to say that sitting in the green room.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys are the rightful champion. And I will say this for the Eagles fans listening on here, I did not condemn the decision for us to push for the tush push ban. You got to stop the play in order to be a real team. That guy who pushed the vote is now retired because we have a new man in charge. His name is Ed Policy. That's the other reason why I think this move happened, is the new CEO and president wants to make his mark and make his first big splash under his name. I did not condone that at all. I feel like if you can't stop a play, it's not on us to punish a team for making a play. That's so great.
You're going to have a lot of Eagles fans that are going to want to follow you after saying that, man.
We gave up 2 first-round picks for the dude. We gave up a guy who's a good run stopper on defense, even though he is getting older. And we gave the guy the most money that a quarterback hasn't got. He's the highest paid player that's not a quarterback. You don't make that trade if you're the Packers, if you think this back injury is anything remotely short-term, long-term, or career-ending. So I'm pretty sure, actually I'm certain I could say this even though I'm not in the room, that they've done their homework on that back injury. So I think that's all smoke and all Cowboys fans coping, saying, oh, what did Jerry know? What did Jerry know? Jerry doesn't even know what he ate for breakfast this morning. Let's be real. He doesn't know what he ate for breakfast. He doesn't know what he did last week. He still thinks Micah's name is Michael Parsons. It's Micah. There's a difference. So I do want to go on the Cowboys fans for that. Quit the coping. Humble yourselves. I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants even finish above you at this point, to be honest.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on here. My obligatory favorite Packers fan, my guy Coach from college. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up, brother?
I just want to say this is going to be a good football season. May the best team win. I do think we're on par with the Eagles, so I will get my little shit talk, if you want to say it, in there. I do think we're on par to be the 1 and 2 teams in the NFC. Hope the appearance was good. Hope I made the fans happy. And looking forward to getting access to this and watching what you put in the film there.
Coach, you crushed it, man. Thank you again, brother. But I will pose the question to my Eagles fan brothers. This is a big trade, like he said. I think it's pretty monumental, and it really shakes up the NFC in a big-time way. So does this get the Packers on par with the Eagles? We'll start with Mac.
Yeah, I mean, I remember reacting to this when it came out, and I remember actually calling Dalt, and Dalt didn't really believe that this was real. I mean, I didn't believe it was real. So, I mean, that was a crazy thing. But, yeah, I think, honestly, this acquisition reminds me a lot of when – I mean, I wasn't alive for it, but from what I've heard from other people who were alive for it, it reminds me of when the Packers were able to acquire Reggie White. The Eagles, obviously, they moved on from him, and then he became a free agent, and he went with the Packers. This is very similar to that. Obviously, Micah's not Reggie White, nor is he Lawrence Taylor either. I just think he's Micah Parsons, and I think he's a great talent, and I think he does upgrade that defensive line. He definitely does. I mean, adding a guy like that to your defense, it definitely is going to intimidate other offenses. It definitely is. So I think they do have a shot with a guy like that. And honestly, as Ray Lewis always said, I mean, defense wins championships. And I mean, our defense last year was one of the main reasons we won the Super Bowl as well. I mean, the defense stepped up. I mean, you saw Cooper DeJean, you saw guys like Nolan Smith coming up in the clutch. You saw Milton Williams. So, I mean, honestly, I mean, if you keep on building defenses, I feel like teams can definitely have an upper edge on other teams. So I think the Packers are up there. They're up there. And I do think they are better. I think the Cowboys did lose a trade. I still think they lost a trade. They screwed up, and I agree with what Khan was saying. I do think that Jerry Jones is too senile to even know what the hell's going on right now. He doesn't know. And I mean, he's just, he doesn't even know how to say his name. So you're exactly right. He thinks it's Michael. So it's funny. But I do think the Packers are up there, though. They are up there, and they could be one of the contenders. So don't sleep on the Packers.
You know, I agree. I think, you know, when you put Micah Parsons against the Eagles, you don't really see much pressure. So not worried about playing the Packers, but it definitely kind of puts them over their season last year. I think this makes their defense better. Their defense was decent last year, and then this year it got way better. So, I mean, one thing that this does is it really, pardon my French, fucks a lot of GMs because paying DNs like Micah money is insane. I think that's kind of what the deal need to be to get it done. But at the same time, you'll see DNs, outside linebackers, their price tag go up. But yeah, I think I was actually on the golf course on my golf trip with my one buddy who's a Cowboys fan, and all I see is him. Yeah, I golf, buddy. And all I see him do is weekend's last beer, baby.
I thought he played badminton.
No. Love you. He chucked his driver into the woods and broke it in half. And tossed his hat into the woods as well. So he was not too happy. I think, he was asking for a lot of money. That's why Cowboys didn't re-sign him. And I think at first he might be a locker room cancer. But I think this helps the Packers out drastically, and we'll see them probably in the NFC Championship. That's for sure.
I like that. I like that take a lot. Seth?
I think that the Cowboys definitely got worse. The Packers definitely got better. I still think that the Cowboys are going to give us a hell of a fight tomorrow because it's just our rival and that's just how they play. I don't care what the rosters are. Eagles, Cowboys, it's going to be close unless it's one of those late season games. as far as the Packers go, Packers are good. Even let's say in a horrible, horrible world, every Eagles starter gets hurt this year. Eagles don't make the playoffs, whatever. I still
Why
don't
would you
get the
say
hype
that?
on the Packers. I don't get the hype on the, no, I'm just saying I don't get the hype on the Packers. I'm just saying Jordan Love is in that Justin Herbert category where they're good, but they've done literally nothing in the NFL, and yet everybody always wants to hop on their dicks. I don't understand it, to be honest. Jordan Love has won one playoff game. One playoff game, I think. Let me check on that. Maybe two. I think just one against the Cowboys
I think
2
he won
years ago,
two.
right? Like he's never been in the NFC Championship game. He's never won a divisional playoff game. So I just don't understand it, and it actually started to drive me nuts. Like the fact that Jordan Love and Justin Herbert are talked higher than Jared Goff or Baker Mayfield is starting to like anger me as a sports fan. Like not in real life, I actually don't care. But it's just one of those narratives that people just say and people just keep latching onto. So no, until the Packers prove that they're better than the Lions, I don't know why we're hyping them up. So
And Josh, you're right. It's one playoff win for Jordan
He's
Love.
won one playoff game. He's won one playoff game. He's in the same. Him and Justin Herbert are the same people to me, and they are Phillip Rivers until they prove me wrong. Where they are really good, but they will never win the big one, and I will never give them hype in the preseason until they earn it, and they haven't.
Shout out to Josh Harris in the comments. Your comments are cracking me up, bro. But I want to get to our next segment, which is something we're actually debuting for the first time. And it's a first-time sponsor of the show. I want to give a huge thank you to number one, KJ McCoy, for helping put this together, announce it, record it, the whole nine. The dude helped out with everything. But not only that, even influencing the editing, he had a couple ideas. So me and him, thank you, man, for the help on it. I really couldn't have done it without you. Of course. We're really proud of this intro for our new segment. Let's kick it to the knockout punch, where we will give you our knockout takes, powered by Balboa Steaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The final word, the boldest take, the mic drop moment that hits harder than a Rocky's right hook. This is the knockout punch, powered by Balboa Steaks, the undefeated king of Delaware steaks. Bold takes, big bites. Let's swing.
Man, that just got me hyped up. If you guys haven't, go check out Balboa Steaks. Another great cheesesteak that KJ McCoy loves. That's your boy right here. That's my favorite. I love Balboa's. They are bringing the heat to Delaware steaks. Their roast pork is amazing too. So whatever you like, you got to go check it out. But gentlemen, we are here in the knockout punch to give you our knockout takes. Give us your knockout take in the comments. Give us a hot take that you think is going to happen this week, powered by, of course, Balboa Steaks, the king of Delaware steaks. My knockout take this week, I'm going to say that Jalen Hurts goes out and throws for not one, not two, not three, but four passing touchdowns. And he shuts up every single hater. Nobody sees this coming out week one. Everybody thinks it's going to be the Saquon Barkley show, myself included. But this is going to be a big game for Jalen Hurts. I had the dream last night. A.J. Brown might have 3 of them. I'm dead ass. It's going to be a big game for Jalen Hurts. Now that Micah Parsons is off this defense, I think Jalen Hurts is coming into this game with almost a new think about if you were going in this game for Jalen Hurts' perspective. I was thinking about it last night. It's almost like easing the pressure, because that freak of nature that used to run at you every game named Micah Parsons is not on the team anymore. So you're good. You know what I'm saying? You're good. You're fine. If I'm Jalen Hurts and I'm going in this game, I am going to light it up tomorrow, because that is if there is one quick way to get everybody to buy into you, in Philadelphia for sure, but in national media as well, it's beat the shit out of the Cowboys week 1 and throw for 4 passing touchdowns. I think if he does that, the world is going to be shocked. But KJ McCoy, what do we got for your knockout take? And feel free to kick it to someone after.
Yeah, so I don't know if I don't know about the 4 touchdowns. I was saying that I think Jalen might throw for 3, but I'm gonna switch it up. I'm actually gonna go with the defensive side, and I'm gonna say that. Yeah, but what was I gonna say? I feel like Jahad Campbell is going to get a sack in this game. I think Jahad Campbell will get a sack in this game, and yeah, I think he's going to make a really big impression on this Eagles team, and I'm excited to see him play. So I think he gets a sack his first game, his first career game, first career sack. I think Jahad Campbell does it.
You know who's going to be sneaky this game, I think? And shout out to Khan. I think Jahan Dotson's going to show up. The jersey change, for what the preseason was, he showed up. For what the playoffs showed last year, he showed up. So I'm expecting him to have, give me 60 plus receiving yards and 1 touchdown. That's one. And then I would love for Smitty to pop off too. I think we're going to see, and I may be wrong, this is a hot take, I think we're going to see the most receptions between Jahan Dotson and Devontae Smith. I think this is going to be the breakout game for Smitty. I mean, he showed up last year, but I think against the Cowboys, we'll see something happen. And then I would like for a touchdown with Dallas Goedert. 4 touchdowns is a hot take for sure, Dalton. I think maybe 3. I think it's going to be 3 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown.
So are we all going the same take then? Because I got to mix it up then. The betting man is coming out, and I'm going to say that Saquon Barkley gets not 1, not 2, but 3 scoring touchdowns. I do already have that bet locked.
Wait, how does that work then? That's a crap load. Then you got Jalen.
Knockout take. That's 2 chances to advertise Balboa Steaks. Just did that.
So you're telling me that you have Jalen Hurts throwing 4 touchdowns. On top of that, you have Saquon scoring 3 touchdowns.
It's going to be a game unlike any other, KJ McCoy. It's going to be called the Green Wave tomorrow night. Get ready. Philadelphia isn't ready for what the Eagles are going to put up. We're not putting up, not 50, not 6. No, I'm kidding. But the 70 burger. No, I'm just kidding. But I will go out. If you guys are passing, I'll go with the running. I'll stick with the running. That's my knockout take. Is that what
is there a doctor active? Because I think Dalton needs to get checked on immediately. Immediately.
Yeah, it's Dr. DraftKings. Sponsor the show.
I was about to say I actually feel like the season's getting off to a bad start because I was going to agree with Jack and Dalton. AJ Brown was out all spring training, not spring training, LOL. He was out all training camp. And there are multiple reports saying that Jalen Hurts formed this great bond with Jahan Dotson. Add on to that Kevin Petula said that this is the year that the ball gets to the big name guys on offense, meaning, yes, Saquon, but also Dallas Goedert, AJ Brown, Dotson, Smitty. Tag along to that the Cowboys are starting 3 wide receivers. Bland is they're starting 3 cornerbacks. Bland, starting on the outside, very good cornerback. Trayvon Diggs was a very good cornerback, hurt his knee in December, has only had 5 full days of practice the last 5 days. So he is going to start, but he's hurt. Their number 3, 4, and 5 cornerbacks are all either suspended or on the IR. So literally, the Cowboys are playing a good cornerback, a cornerback who may be good if his knee doesn't give out on the 5 days of practice he's had, and then their 5th string cornerback. Top of that, with the fact that Micah Parsons isn't going to add that pressure in Jalen Hurts' face, we should be able to throw all game. There is no excuse not to throw all over this defense.
Yeah. I think
I
so.
like it.
Maybe not 4 touchdowns. I mean, I feel like we're definitely going to see at least one push or something. But
Oh, yeah,
I do think tomorrow you're going to see more of the Super Bowl offense where Saquon has 60 yards, Will Shipley has 30 yards rushing, and then Jalen Hurts is in that 275 to 350 yards passing range.
Dude, that would be amazing because that's going to get
I
the national
also
media excited.
I also have one more just little snippet I will say. Jake Elliott, great Eagles kicker. I do think he's better than David Akers. Had a down year last year because he was hurt. I think 2025 career year for Jake Elliott.
What does that
Oh.
mean?
He doesn't miss
He
any
has
fucking
his
field
best
goals.
numbers.
I mean, yeah, that'd be insane.
Because a career year for a receiver is different from a career year from a kicker.
It means he doesn't miss any field goals, bro.
Probably. That means that he's perfect. That means that he
just plays well, Jack. You know, our kicker plays well. There you go.
Not a good year for
He's being a
Elliott.
smart ass.
Jesus Christ.
This guy.
You bickering banshees.
All right, guys. So it's that week. It's that time. Everybody's been waiting for it all summer long. It's Dallas week. Yes, I said that right. Dallas week. So we got a preview for you guys. I want to know, what are you guys most excited for about tomorrow? What do you guys think has the most likely chance of being like a memory, we'll say? I just think back to Eagles Cowboys, right? Some memories off the top of the dome, right? And you guys can feel free to share some too. My first ever Eagles game was, well, that I remember. I remember parts of a Falcons game. I don't remember the actual in-game experience inside the link. I just remember the part where, shout out to my cousin Eric Heiss, KJ and Jack know Eric. I think Josh might have met Eric once too. I have a vivid memory of Eric doing the most South Jersey Delco thing, where he took a cheesesteak from somewhere in tinfoil and put it on, you know how the front of your car has like that heater in the front? He said, this is a stove at the game. And he puts the cheesesteak on it, turns the heat on high on his car, and warms up the cheesesteak by doing that. So I just have a memory of him doing that at that Falcons game. But my first ever game that I remember inside the link is Eagles Cowboys. And I tell this story a lot of times. KJ knows where I'm going at with this. I'm sitting there with Don Holland, Fratty's favorite.
The Don.
We're sitting there. And this freaking dude, he's got to be like a couple deep. And I don't understand this as a kid, right? This Cowboys player returns the ball and gets the shit knocked out of them and is laying there on the 50-yard line, right on the eagle, right on our logo. And this Eagles fan behind me stands up and he goes, "Get that shit off my lawn." Like that, like an angry old man. Like the Eagles stadium, the link was his fucking backyard, his lawn. Get the fuck off it. What are you doing, you dirty Cowboys fan? So I'm sitting there as a 6-year-old or 7-year-old kid thinking, oh my God, this must be the worst thing ever. And my dad looks at me and he can see that I'm confused. And he just goes, "Welcome to being an Eagles fan." He goes, "This is what it is." And I remember I kind of smiled because I laughed. I thought it was funny that the guy was cursing and he was getting that into it. And there was a point, I think, when my dad even turned around. He's like, "Hey, man, can you like tone it down just a little bit? Like my son's here." And the dude got the hint then. He's like, "All right, I got to fucking tone it down, bro. There's a fucking kid here." You know what I mean? Like that kind of, Delco. But that's my first ever memory of being an Eagles fan, knowing that this isn't just a game this week. This is fucking war. This is more than that. This is when you see that bumper sticker, you're going buy them. Yeah, I'm talking like that. I mean, that's why I'm cursing so much. And I know I haven't been in recent years, but it's Cowboys week. I get fired up. I get antsy. I get excited because I remember being a kid, and some of you guys might have done this too. Playing the Cowboys in my head in the Super Bowl and beating the heck out of them. And obviously, we can't play the Cowboys in the Super Bowl if you're a true fan, but they are that much of the villain for me that I want to beat them on the biggest stage possible. Like, if we could beat the hell out of them in the NFC Championship this year, I'd love it. I really would.
Yeah. Dole, you know how much I despise the Dallas Cowboys. Everyone knows how much I hate the Dallas Cowboys. And the reason is, and here's why I hate them more than anything in the world, is because I have dumbass cousins who are from the Philadelphia area who root for the Cowboys. And that is the most ignorant thing that I think is known to man. A Philadelphia Cowboys fan, when you root for the Phillies, the Sixers, the Flyers, and heck, let's throw in Villanova. And then all of a sudden, you root for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But you know what, though? Those fans are going to be at the game. Some of them, like my cousins, who have actually used my services for doing rent a jersey. That's what they do. They rent a jersey just to fit in with all their friends and everything like that. So they just put on the Eagles jersey and act like a fan for about 4 hours. And they're still just saying F the Eagles in their head and like, this crap sucks. But really, deep inside, I know you want to be an Eagles fan. I can feel it. You want to be it. You do. You really do. But guess what? You just don't have the guts to be a Birds fan. You don't have it. You don't have it. And it just sucks because I feel so bad for the kids that are raised by these Cowboys fans that have never stepped foot in Texas. They never stepped foot in Dallas. They think Dallas is in Pennsylvania. Well, actually, that's true. There is a town in Pennsylvania called Dallas.
So those kids are right, damn it.
Nope, they're wrong. They're wrong. They're idiots. And you know what? That is bad parenting, horrible parenting. So, but yes, I cannot every single year. And for this to finally be a week 1, this is freaking icing on the cake. This is freaking awesome. This is sick. I cannot wait for this to just unveil the freaking banner in front of their face. And for them, those people that want to come back and say, well, we got 5 Super Bowls. A lot of those people who are saying that, they weren't even alive for it. The last time they even did it, we had VHS tapes. That's what it was. And, I mean, dinosaurs were crawling around. Dinosaurs were roaring. Jurassic Park was around. That's the last time these freakers, these effers, and I mean, because I don't try and curse, but these guys were relevant. So had to go on that rant. I cannot wait to whoop they ass tomorrow because you're going down, Dallas. You're going down to the freaking ground. And Philadelphia Cowboys fans out there, you are a disgrace. A disgrace. And I'm even saying that to my family. Yeah. So talking to you.
Yeah, no.
I hear you. I have an uncle that's a Cowboys fan too. And Jack's met him, Vintage Bob. We bust his balls. He's a secret Eagles fan. He is. But Jack, how you feeling this week?
I mean, baby, it's Dallas week. It's one of the best weeks of the year. And it's great that it's week 1, baby. This reminds me, like Josh knows, summer camp in high school, when we get the speech, it's like Christmas morning, putting on that golden helmet. Shout out to Slizzy. But no, it's one. I don't really hate many teams in the NFL, but I freaking hate the Dallas Cowboys. I literally was, like I said, was with a Dallas Cowboy fan, and we got in an argument last weekend saying that if Dak Prescott was on the Eagles, he would have had 3 Super Bowls. And comparing Dak Prescott, that he is above and beyond Jalen Hurts. Just the sad boy hours that they haven't seen, a banner drop in 30 plus years. Like KJ, this individual is a Phillies fan, a Sixers fan, a Flyers fan, but he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. So I don't get that at all. But yeah, I mean, this is like our Super Bowl. We have our Super Bowl 3 times a year, 2 against the Cowboys and 1 actually the Super Bowl. So this is going to be an exciting day. I probably won't sleep tonight. This is going to be an exciting day tomorrow. And me and shout out to Josh Harris are going to cook up some bets at lunch tomorrow. So, but yeah, I'm excited for this. This is going to be awesome. Dropping the banner on their face, dropping our balls on their face during the game. Philly by 1,000,000, baby. That's all I got to say.
I love it. Shout out to Josh too. We appreciate you for tuning in. You got to call into the show sometime. We would like that a lot. So we'll try to arrange that. But you're right, Jack. 3 Super Bowls a year. This one's coming soon. If you guys need a ring, by the way, let me know. Shoot us a DM. We got a link. Link is in the bio. We got $40 options. We got $150 options, all kinds. But yeah, Josh, I see you in the comments. We definitely got to try to arrange that. So I'll hit you up at work. But Zeppy, you got an awesome bar, dude. I saw when you had the lights out down there, it felt like I was almost at Lincoln Financial Field in the tunnel in a way with like the black floor too. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy this project's done. It's one of those things where the middle 80% was awesome, but the first 10%, the last 10% sucked. So I'm happy to be done. I am excited. Tonight, like Jack said, I'm going to wake up tomorrow with that extra kick in the tuchus. I will say this, and I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer. I actually don't like that we're opening up against the Cowboys, and here's why. I always feel like week one, I feel like the Eagles the past 20 years normally play pretty well on week one. But I always feel like week one's just a game you survive. It's not necessarily the team that wins played good. It's kind of just you have to play better than the other team because I think both teams kind of don't play great week one. And I like for the Eagles to put their best foot forward against Cowboys. I like the Dallas Cowboys to get the best Philadelphia Eagles version of the team. So I am not, on top of that, I think that, like I said earlier, Dallas and Philly is always close. It's always a good game, even when, I guess there have been some blowouts in the past, but it always feels closer. It always feels extra vibe, especially with the Chiefs week 2 for us. So I am super excited. But I do kind of wish, I almost wish that the NFL does no divisional games week 1. I do think it kind of takes away from the extra oomph. So I think tomorrow's just a game we have to survive. I think if we shut down CeeDee Lamb, let George Pickens eat a little, it is what it is. I think the big thing tomorrow is, does our D-line get pressure, and does our secondary, especially that Adoree Jackson or Ringo Roll, cover? So I'm always nervous. I'm never the guy who says we're just going to kick the shit out of the Cowboys because I like to respect my opponents. But I am super excited, equally nervous, but it's that time of year. There's nothing better. There's the fall is an amazing time when your baseball team is good and your football team has so much hype around it. September and October, they're really just magical. I mean, it is just the vibe of the city is just incredible. And we've been lucky the last 4 years. The Phillies have been good while the Eagles have been good. And I'm just excited to start this up again.
Yeah. I think you said that beautifully, Josh. And I think that's a perfect way to wrap up the show for tonight. That when your teams are dominating in September, late September and early October, not a better feeling. Waking up, apple cider donut, warm coffee, fall air, Eagles jersey goes on with a hoodie under it. Oh, yeah, Zepp. I know how to speak your language. Yep.
Pumpkin spice. Don't forget pumpkin spice, though.
Look, he's excited. See, so am I. I get it, dude. I'm in the same boat. I have a Cooper jersey that I can't wear because it's too big, but when I put my hoodie on, I can wear it. So stay tuned.
Cannot wait.
Other than that, let us know your guys' score predictions in the comments. We don't have a trivia tonight, but I want to thank TickPick for sponsoring the show and also sponsoring.
Hey, I got a trivia. Can I get a trivia?
Yeah, let me just give my. You know what? Give us your trivia first. Why not?
Okay. Hey, Jack. Who won Super Bowl 59?
We did.
Hell yeah. That's a trivia. You got it.
I thought you were going to say who's going to win Super Bowl 60 after that, and he was going to say Eagles, and we were all going to get hype and have a fucking moment.
We're about to have a
moment. No. All I'm saying is for the next, we're only the Super Bowl chance for the next 24 minutes.
All right. I see where Jack's going with this.
And for the Cowboys fans out there, in their crazy universe or in their little dreams that they have, where they honestly they probably shit in their sleep too, but that's they probably do. But
rub it in.
But honestly, they probably were dreaming that they won the Super Bowl, and then they woke up and they're like, "God damn it, it's reality." So, or maybe they were just playing Madden and they just have to make themselves feel happy about it. So then they just play the game and they win the Super Bowl in there. But they realize that, nope, they're not the champs. We, the champs. They're not.
You're right. But hey, I want to give a huge thank you to TickPick for sponsoring the show. Sponsor my ticket into the game tomorrow night. We couldn't do it without them. I'll still play our trivia even though we don't have a trivia. But the trivia is, who's going to fucking win the game tomorrow? Let us know in the comments. And then I'll kick it to Jack to take us out of here. But thank you to TickPick. Thank you to Babs Hot Chicken. Thank you to Balboa Steaks. Thank you to El Diablo Burritos. Thank you to Nick's Pizza. And thank you to the Burnt Coffee Company, all for sponsoring the show. But let's go ahead and kick it to Jack. Trivia.
Go Birds.
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dalton, the mayor of Delaware.
All right, no
Listen
trivia,
up.
but a hype speech instead.
Listen up. This isn't just another game. It's Dallas Week. And around here, Dallas Week means war. They don't respect us. They never have. They think they're America's team. No, we're Philly. We're built different. We fight. We scrap. We bleed for every yard, every block, every hit, every play. You make it count. Look that star in the helmet, and I remind them who we are. This city's behind you. This locker's behind you. And tonight, we have no doubt. Eagles on 3. E-A-G-L-E-S-S. Eagles.
Let's go.
The neighbors are going to call the cops. Yeah, we just got a domestic call on us.
Hey, Josh. It's not an outro, baby. It's not an intro. It's an outro, baby.
It's
that motherfucking outro. Go!